Are we on?
And 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Amal, and joining me tonight I have Moose, Andy, Carl, and George. We are the Monday Blues coming off the back of our second bye for the year, and we've got the Cats this week. Carlton Blues up against the Geelong Cats Friday, the 21st of June 2024 at 7:40 p.m. at our beloved MCG, the home of the AFL. And before we go around the grounds and see how the fellas are doing, we'll quickly pass it over to George.
Yes, thank you, Amal. As always, big shout out to for our show. Our main sponsor for our show, bluescrypto.com. Whether you're a new to investing or seasoned investor, get around bluescrypto.com. Fan token by Ur Coke and Paul from TJP. I'm going to keep using that tagline as long as you let me. It's a great tagline. Going to pop his most recent Ask Me Anything in the chat. A really good watch, especially if you're into cryptocurrency. So get around bluescrypto.com. Thank you for getting around us. And check out bluescrypto.com when you get a chance. Cheers.
Gents, we've had the week off. How was it? What did everyone get up to without the footy? Without Carlton playing footy? Andy, I'll start with you.
Bit of harakat, zabzabet, you know what I mean? I was up and down. I just enjoyed. I really enjoyed having a week off, just chilling. You know, went around. That's it. Just keen to get to the game tomorrow. I missed the MCG. We haven't had. I think we only had like 2 or 3 home games at the G this year so far.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It hasn't. Well, we had Geelong, Melbourne.
That was away.
Collingwood and Essendon.
Geelong was away.
No, we didn't. Essendon was away.
In total.
Yeah. So I feel like, yeah. So I'm just keen. Home game, MCG, Friday night, under the lights. Cold. It's going to be cold, boys. It's going to be cold.
Yeah, absolutely.
More
Carl,
seagull. Okay, Carl.
Hey.
All right, we'll go, Carl.
There you go.
Still, bud.
I'm just nice and warm in my hoodie. Just got a bit jealous, I think.
Hey, they're the cream, bro.
Sweating bullets. Yeah, no, good week. Me, George, and Andy obviously spoke about it on was it Monday where you two blokes bailed, but yeah, we had a nice weekend and ready for tomorrow. Bring on the Cats. Moss?
Tell you what, I'm going to throw this comment up. I lost it. Where'd it go? Had a little chuckle at this one because I'm freezing my balls off in the garage.
That was great.
It's cold. It's been very cold. But hopefully the boys can turn up tomorrow and turn it up and get it done. Looking forward to it, George.
Indeed, it has been bloody chilly. But no, I was saying on Monday it was nice and relaxing on the weekend. Just, not having a cardiac Carlton moment. Absolutely pumped to be at the G tomorrow. To be honest, you're right. I think we've had a couple of. I think it was away. The last was the last home game at the G. The D's game, perhaps.
The D's game, yeah.
Was it the D's game? The last home one at the G. Yeah, we've had a couple at Marvel. Port away, obviously the bias, and then it was away. So no, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, it's got a. I think a bit of extra spice to it this time around. So it's another prime time match against a top 8 team. I feel like it's becoming a weekly occurrence for us, right? Like there's a lot of those this year so far.
Yeah.
And their season is starting to slip away, so they'll be up and about. I'm bloody keen.
Yep. Apologies for being an out for the mid-season review. It was Eid over the weekend, so I was preoccupied with family events and everything like that. But the weekend away from footy was weird. It was weird. It's good to hear that you fellas had a pleasant one. It felt weird not being sort of under that footy pressure, so to speak. It's almost like we've been under it for so long, right? We've been under that pressure, that anxiety, that stress of footy week in, week out for so long that when it's not there, I kind of crave it. It's weird, but anyway, I'm glad that the footy's back. For those in the chat, let us know what you guys got up to on the week off. It was good to see Collingwood. Well, they should have lost. They should have lost. North Melbourne should have held on. But the 1 point victory for them means that we kept second spot, which is really, really nice. It was a positive weekend for the Blues whilst they were off. And here we are, second on the ladder after the mid-season bye. Without further ado, we'll kick it off with the teams. And we'll start with Carlton's ins and outs. Going out of the side, Jack Carroll, admitted. Now, with the Orazio Fantasia coming in, what do you guys think of Jack Carroll's admission? Do you think it's a fair one? Do you think it's warranted? Or do you think he should have had a couple of games under his belt before a decision was made?
I'll probably say I think he's had too many games, and I think we're mid-heavy. So whilst Fantasia's probably not my ideal person to come in or player to come in, but much of a muchness for me, it's not. We're quite heavy in the midfield, so I'm not really concerned.
Yeah, he's not really well, is he? Even though when he does come on, he's not really doing anything where he should keep his position in the team. But I guess the end that's coming in for him isn't really well himself. So,
well, on that, the last game against Geelong, we had virtually no small forward existence or pressure or front and center. And look, Orazio, he's been obviously criticised, and I think somewhat fairly. Like you've kicked 2 goals, 6 behinds from your 10 games, right? And I know it's not all about the scoreboard, but if you're in the forward line, you'd want to hit the scoreboard a bit more so. But perhaps I don't know. And I've just seen Justin's comment in the chat. What's he got on Voss? Maybe a bit of a theory. Like the wilder the better. What do you reckon he's got on Voss? Start a bit of a theory, a rumor.
I don't know about rumors. I just don't know what the selection integrity is behind selecting Orazio.
Yeah,
it's not like he's done anything. If you're omitting a guy for not performing, then why are you bringing in a guy who hasn't really performed? And to be fair to Orazio, I mean, the last couple of games, the Gold Coast game and I think the Port game, he didn't do anything great. But especially the Gold Coast game, I thought he ran well. But, like, that's it. I don't know. I don't know if that warrants a return to the side immediately after recovering from whatever injury. So, I don't know. It's a bit how you going for me.
Yeah. The interesting one also is that Jesse Motlop now has a couple of VFL games under him. So why Fantasia over Motlop? That's another interesting one. So he's on the emergency list. And we'll go through the teams now. And then we'll kick off with any other discussions that we have.
On that, just really quick, do you think that I look at it in another way. Maybe Voss really wants Motlop to bang the door down. Like, come back and earn your spot. Like, maybe he really wants him to, that could be another thing.
Fantasia's easier to drop and bring in Motlop straight in. You reckon that's what it is, George?
All I know is that it looks like Voss has a bit of a soft spot for him. But I've loved hearing the online theories. So
get the wood in the comments, gents. We love it.
Ins and outs for Geelong, going out of the side, Shannon Neal, Reece Stanley, and Tanner Bruhn, who's out for, 6 to 8 weeks. I don't know what the injury is, but he's out for quite some time. And coming in, Zach Tui, who absolutely tore us apart last game. Same with Ollie Henry, or is that his brother? I can't remember. And Paddy Dangerfield is also coming back for Geelong tomorrow night. Carlton's backline, Jordan Boyd, Jacob Wording, Brody Kemp, Nick Newman, Mitch McGovern, Adam Sard, going up against the forward line of Brad Close, Jeremy Cameron, Brian Myers, Tyson Stenkel, Tom Hawkins, and Ollie Henry. Midfield for Carlton, Oliver Hollins, Paddy Cripps, Blake Acres, following Tom DeConning, Sam Walsh, George Hewitt, going up against Zach Tui, Max Holmes, Mark O'Connor, Mark Blitzarves, Paddy Dangerfield, and Tom Atkins. Forward line for Carlton, Lockie Fogarty, Harry Mackay, Zach Williams, Matty Owies, Charlie Curnow, Alex Chin Cotter, going up against the back line of Jack Henry, Sam DeConning, Jake Kolajasny, Mitch Duncan, Tom Stewart, Zach Guthrie. Interchange for Carlton, Lockie Cowan, Matty Kennedy, Elijah Hollins, Corey Durden, and Orazio Fantasia. And for Geelong, Ollie Dempsey, Gary Ryan, I don't even know how to say that name. Mullen is his last name. Jai Clark, Jack Bowes. Emergencies for Carlton, Jesse Motlop, Caleb Marchbank, Mark Pitney, and for Geelong, Reece Stanley, Mitch Hardy, Lawson, Humphreys. The one thing that stood out for me going through that is Alex Chincotta in the full forward. So I'm assuming that they might be putting him up there to tag Tom Stewart. Is my immediate thought.
I thought Zach Williams will get that role, to be honest. Just play that negating role. I mean, they're both giving up quite a bit of height. So I thought Zach Williams, in our forward, but I mean, who knows? My biggest concern is Jeremy Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
He
100%.
He obliterates. He's played 2 incredible games the last 2 times we've played them. So I don't know. What do you boys think is the matchup for Jeremy Cameron?
McGovern.
Is there a solution?
You'd have to put McGovern.
Did McGovern play last time we played Geelong?
I think Kemp played on him.
We were missing a lot of players that game.
Side and McGovern were out that game, and it showed because of we were lacking in the intercepts. They cut us up on the rebound, if you remember, Stengel. One other thing, just when I looked at the teams, that's really odd. Stanley out injured, but named as emergency. I reckon there's maybe a late inclusion. Reece Stanley. So obviously they're going in with Bledsoe as the sole ruck, right, against Teddy K. That if they do that, they're going to have to get Sam DeConning to maybe pinch hit in the ruck, but named as emergency. So he's obviously not injured enough to not be named. But
it could be a game they're playing. It could be a game trying to work this out. If we're going to play, because don't forget, Pitternet killed them last time. So
that'd be interesting.
There's a few interesting matchups.
We've got someone sitting in the waiting room. I've never seen him before. His name is Macka. I'm going to bring him in. I don't know who he is. Don't know where he's from. Any of you boys heard of a bloke named Macka?
No, he'll do a number on us and try and introduce himself and give us all the. Anyway, let him in and see what he's got to say.
Let's see. Let's bring him in and just see.
Here he is.
Fellas.
Mr. Macka.
How you going, mate?
Yeah, good. Sorry about the echo.
No, you're all right. For everyone watching, Macka is a good friend of ours. He's a Geelong supporter. So he's we're trying something different, getting an opposition fan to come in during our previews and just to, pick their brains and see what their thoughts are of the game and, where they think the game will go. So how you going, Mac?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. It's my first podcast, so I'm honoured to be here. Thank you.
Oh, mate, you're going to have 4 million views. Joe Rogan might ask you to jump on his.
Yeah, you might get much out of me. I might just talk about Geelong for 2 hours with him, though.
Just quickly,
someone called him a ratio. That's great.
I've seen that. Before we go any further, hey, Mac, just this one for you.
2 goals 6, though.
Yeah, here we go. He's already starting. Mac, the episode's called The Sequel. I had something else for it. It had the word Macca in it, and I think you can sort of work out the rest.
No, I can't.
How you feeling about the game, Mac? As a Geelong fan?
Yeah, nervous. As you know, I'm pretty confident pretty much every week. But I am nervous. I am very nervous. I don't think we'll get up, but
you don't think?
Yeah.
What do you think? Where do you
That's
think
not Macca.
Yeah, I changed it. It's not him, man. Different bloke.
That's not Macca.
I'll give us 5. Yeah, in 5 minutes you ask my tip and it'll be Geelong by over 49. But our midfield is just it's too weak. It's too slow. And against Carlton's, I fear for the boys, to be honest.
Who is this guy, man?
Yeah, man, this is not right. Where's the cockiness?
I wish I could show people my text messages. This bloke is the most arrogant little prick in the world.
You might get banned if you show our text, mate.
He'll text me. They'll be down by 5 goals. 5 minutes left in the game. Nah, we got this, bro. We got this.
Yeah, but in fairness, we do win. Well, not anymore, but I'm pretty used to that over the last 20 years.
You had a good run.
Yeah, it's been all right.
What's that say?
Blink twice and being held hostage.
This is a man who's been spoiled by some premiership success, and so Macca, Andy, and and I went out after the Geelong's last premiership win in 2022, and I forced him to promise that when the Blues win, he's joining us for our celebration.
Absolutely.
Do you say when or if?
When?
No, when? There's no if. It's when.
There's no ifs or maybes here, mate.
I don't think I have it in me to go out at 67. We'll try.
Here we go.
Get him off, bro.
That's the Macka winner. There he is.
That's the Macka. Where do you think we'll get you? Where do you think you guys will struggle against us?
In the middle. We've struggled against everybody in the middle. And to be honest, your forward line against the defense is good on paper, but I don't know if you've seen the Geelong games, but we break down pretty easily. A lot of goals where defenders are pointing, what are you doing? Who's got him? How's this happening? 2-on-1 at the goal square. So I think if we break even at the stoppages and counter like we did last time, but I mean, that's our only way we can score with Stengel and Close pushing up and Cameron running back towards goal.
What worries you about us? Where do you think we'll pull away, apart from the midfield? Where do you think we can break you down other than the midfield? So you said defensively, but if we don't play Pitternet, Harry's going to come out. So do you think Charlie? Will
surely Pitternet will play. Surely he has
both
to play.
ruckmans are emergencies. So
yeah, I don't think Stanley will be in. He's been pretty poor. I don't see him coming in, but I think apart from the stoppages, I think as soon as we if we kick it behind, then our structure is just. I can see Carlton going coast to coast. Yeah, at least maybe 2 or 3 times.
Well,
defensively, our structure is just non-existent at the moment.
It's interesting you say that because I think it was Daniel Hoyne on SEN from Champion Data who said, and I don't read too much into the Champion Data because it doesn't factor who they played and whatnot, but we were the 7th worst team in the competition in the last 6 weeks from movement from defense to attack. So it'll be interesting to see how we go against
phone on silent,
supposedly.
Phone on silent, mate.
So yeah, keen to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting, but I do see you guys scoring a lot of goals that way.
Surely with Dangerfield.
I've known Macka 18 years. I have never heard this many niceties come out of him for Carlton in my life.
Look, I'm saying will you? Nah.
Here we go.
Moose, get it off your chest. I feel like
I'm just sitting here quiet. Have we passed 3 minutes? Can I go off or nah?
Yeah, do it.
Hey, Macka, would you? I better not. I'll tell you what, Mac. You're not going to the game, obviously, because you Geelong supporters just want to sit in front of your heater and watch the game, right? Is that how it's going?
Correct. I'm not
old, bro. They're all old.
Yeah, all right. You arthritis and all that. I don't know. Yeah, of course you're not.
I actually do have arthritis, and you know that.
He does.
Serious, but within as soon as the ball's how long is it going to take for you to send a message?
When I think it should have been a free kick at the first bounce. Dangerfield high in the back.
Yeah.
How's his back? As someone likes to
say. Yeah, righto. Anyway.
I've got a question for you.
I'm not confident now, but 5 minutes before the bounce, I'll be up and about, and I'll think we're going to win.
Yeah, well, that's a winner's mentality, yeah. Go, Carl.
We're both coming off the bye. Who's that going to favour?
We're notoriously bad after a bye. Even
arthritis. That's why
we've been good. Yeah, right. Yeah, we've been good for a long time, but even after a bye, we've been, pretty crap. So I don't know how it's going to go. Dangerfield's back. He's had a long enough rest. Apparently, he's trained, 2 weeks more than what he should have or could have. Could have played against Sydney. I think if we wouldn't have had that bye, he would have played. But I'm looking forward to seeing Dangerfield back, and I think we'll know within the first 5 minutes what kind of Geelong we'll get. Well,
Is
but I
that
did
how
think,
Geelong?
think that
What Sydney? Yeah.
against Sydney, yeah, that was a good quarter.
Was
Then he
Danger's
just
last
broke down.
game? Was Danger's
Against
last game
Carlton.
against Carlton? Yeah.
Yeah, he got injured against Carlton. Yep.
Ironic.
Question there in the chat, Mac. Who do you reckon Chincotta's going to wear like a glove and smash?
I think he's going straight to Stewart.
Yeah, I think you'd
I
be
think
a
he's going
fool
straight
not
to
to
him.
take Stewart. You have to put someone on Stewart.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Yeah. If
But I
our
still worry about
structure
Jezza.
is good, if our structure's good and Tom Stewart gets to play the free man, and we get that space from the centre square line towards our goal, then I think we're in with the shout.
I think that's why we're tagging
I
him.
mean, I think we'll win by 10 goals if that happens, but yeah.
Yeah, I would have maybe said Chincotta to someone like a Holmes or a Myers. But
I think Holmes will be too quick for him.
Mm.
I think he'll just run him ragged all day, but I think he'll go to Stewart. I think Stewart's our most important player.
well, I thought who else could go to Stewart, and I thought maybe a Kennedy playing in the gating role, but Stewart will burn Kennedy off. He's fast. Stewart's bloody quick, right? He'll burn him off. So, and do
Who's
you
Zach
reckon?
Williams?
I like what Andy said about Zach Williams,
Yeah.
and to get him playing more defensive and have to worry about his man and not be able to pick off and go up third man against Macka and Curnow. Because you can't just leave Zach Williams on his own. He'll have 25 and kick 4 goals.
Who, Tom Stewart or Zach Williams?
Yeah, Williams. If he lets him go.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So this is how Zach Williams now after 3 games or 4 games in the forward line. It's crazy because I still don't have that confidence in him. But opposition supporters.
I actually watched him when he was playing for the Gold Coast. The first time they beat us. Yeah. No, he wasn't playing at
GWS.
No, he's Giants.
Giants. Yeah. And he just killed us every time.
So you've got that in your head. That's what you see. Exactly.
He's a good player.
Question for you on Danger. Do you with Tanner Brunn's injury, obviously, do you reckon Danger will play the full minutes in the midfield coming off a 6-week hammy, or do you reckon they'll rotate him in the forward line?
Before you answer that, Matt,
he has to play in the midfield.
Before you answer that, one of my biggest fears is having Patrick Dangerfield play forward. Because one thing we can't defend is a really solid midfielder that goes forward. Like Petrarca ate us up. And if Danger does that and he gets on a roll, then I don't know if we've got a defender who can take him.
Chincotta.
It might have to be Chincotta. But then you've allowed
Chincotta's going to play everyone.
So then you've allowed Stewart to, do his thing. And then they've got another avenue. So
it's going to be interesting.
The only problem with that is if Dangerfield goes forward, who replaces him in the midfield?
Yeah, I know, but if he can't run out the whole game, if he spends 10 minutes a quarter or 15 minutes, half a quarter in the forward line, I'm just really worried that in those 15 minutes he'll score. He will score. I don't think they'll rest him in the forward line because if he's got to take off and explode off the lead, first game back off a 6-week hammy, then probably the best spot to rest him is probably on the bench, playing 12, 13 minutes, go hard in the midfield, give him a rest. Because we're so slow in the midfield. We've only got Atkins, Bowes, and now that Bruin's out as well, we're running thin in the middle.
See, I reckon you guys are going to be faster than us in the midfield.
No chance.
No way.
We've got Cripps in the midfield. We've got Kennedy will be there. George Hewitt will be there. Cherry still hasn't come back in. Walsh is a good midfielder, but he's not quick.
None of our midfielders are quick. They're all slow.
And I just think, maybe it was the turnover game that Geelong played against us last time that, in my mind, just makes me think that they're ridiculously quick.
The ball movement last time without starting McGovern was with that. You guys sliced us up on the rebound.
Yeah. We look quick because Close and Myers, when they push up, they're really smart with their feet and their hands. They don't really miss a target. So although Myers looks like he's going to miss every kick, but all those short kicks, they're and our players aren't quick. They're just fast kicks. First option, good option every time.
That's what killed us last time.
It'll be interesting.
Where do you see Geelong finishing at the end of the year, and where do you see Carlton finishing at the end of the year? As an opposition fan, where do you see Carlton finishing, and where do you see your own team finishing?
I think Carlton should be finishing top 4. Like, surely that's the aim.
Of course.
I think they will. I think we'll finish between 6th or 7th.
What's wrong, Muts?
But how you actually saying that? Say what you actually want to say.
Mate, you're going to finish top 4. I don't want you to finish top 4.
Yeah, that's
But
better.
you're going to.
Yeah, so admitting now on live. You're live, just so you know you're live. And
The internet never
watching,
forgets.
internet, everything, everywhere. People, this, that, to the max.
We're gonna
Where'd he go?
I can't wait. I can't wait to go back to the days where I got a message in September and ask you what you're doing. But it hasn't been like that lately.
Isn't that what I did to you last year?
It's usually my first text every September.
That's what I did.
Oh, that
Hey,
didn't finals last year. Yeah,
no, it
right.
was awesome. It was awesome. 1st of September, I messaged him. What are you up to this month, pal? First time.
I actually remember that. Yeah, you did.
Macka, we've got another question from Aiden. What changed from your first half of the year, and what changed after Geelong beat Carlton? Because it was after that game really where the wheels started to fall off a bit.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't really know, because we've only missed Dangerfield. But if we're just going to rely on Dangerfield to win games, and you're not going to get very far. But just defensively, we're breaking down, which is really odd for a Geelong side under Chris Scott. Our ruck, Stanley's done absolutely nothing. And I think we played one short with O'Sheen Mullen in the team. So, because he's useless.
Jez has had a bit of a downturn.
Yeah, he's in bad form.
Well, I was telling you earlier, Jezza against us would not miss from anywhere. And then the week after, I think it was against Melbourne, where he started to look shaky. But that's where his downturn of form started.
He'll kick 6
Yeah,
tomorrow.
he hasn't been getting it up the field, and he hasn't been doing anything deep. And neither's Hawkins. Hawkins isn't doing anything either. So
Hawkins has had a pretty quiet year, I feel. Just in general, I feel like he's been pretty quiet. Yeah. But as we all remember, from last year, it's a long season, very long season. Things can turn around. What's wrong, Moose?
Another question for Macka. Macka, do you think Moose sprays hairspray on his eyebrows?
I know what Moose does, and I know a lot of the things he does, and a lot of the things you're thinking. For anyone in the chat, it's probably true.
I have photo proof.
Who's this? You big and pong? Oh. No, I know.
Hey, for the highest bidder, I will expose Moose.
Out. Full out.
Bids are starting at 50K.
I still have my laptop, Mr.
I'll expose him for any bid.
Not sure.
The podcast.
Is this the photo I'm thinking of? The one flying to the side?
It is the photo you're thinking of.
It's the one we're all thinking of, my friend.
Put it up.
Yeah.
Put it up, Amar.
Thank God Amal doesn't have it. Hopefully.
Well, Moose, thanks for coming on. Moose, Macka.
No, it's fun, guys.
Macka, before you go, let's get a prediction and make it realistic, please. Not
an honest one.
10 goals, but make it realistic. Can't buy it.
Look, I'll be serious and as honest as I can be. I think we'll win by about 75 points. Should be a good game. No, honestly, I think Carlton will win. I think by 2 to 3 goals. But hopefully we can get up. But I still think Carlton should win. I think they probably will.
Inshallah, you're right.
If Jezza turns it on, then we're in any game. Yeah.
I still think he's the best player in the league when he's on. I don't think anyone comes close to him when he's on. So
we'll play him into form tomorrow.
Nah, I reckon we'll be all right. I reckon
Yeah.
we'll be all right with him. Yeah.
We should be.
We'll see.
All right, excellent.
Matt,
Macca, thank you
been a
very much for
pleasure.
jumping
Good
on.
luck, fellas. Hope
On
you
your
get
Mac.
pumped.
On your Mac.
See you, boys.
I'm sure I'll
Yeah,
see
Mac.
you.
Enjoy.
See you, mate.
Yeah, Macka.
That was good. It was good to get some opposition thoughts and feels on the game. I really like that. For those watching along, let us know what you thought. Is it something you'd like to see a bit more of in the previews to come for the second half of the season? Let us know in the chat. Should we move on to predictions, gents?
We shall.
Sure.
Let's do it. For those watching along, let us know what you think the winning margin will be. Leading goal kicker and best on ground. Carl, I'll throw it to you first.
I am gonna say Carlton by a cheeky 11 points. When I pick someone for best on ground, it's a bit maybe different. Has probably going to be his best game of the season. Been a bit. How you going this year? Blake Acres. I got him to have a good game, and I don't know Harry. 4 or 5 goals, I think. I hope. Moose 6 or 7.
Margin?
I said Carlton by 11. Yeah. Hadasher. Moose?
Legs 11, you reckon, McGovern? I'm much the same. I've said Blake Acres best on ground for every game this year, and he's done nothing. So I'm going to pick someone else. I reckon it's going to be a close one too. I'm going to get Carlton just to run away with it at the end. I reckon we'll run them off their old arthritic legs. Carlton by 17 points. I'm going to go Zach Williams with 4 goals. Leading goal scorer. And best on ground, I'm going to go George Hewitt. 30 plus, in and under. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Georgie?
Big call. Big call. I like it. One for you, Mus. Are you bringing plums tomorrow night?
Oh,
I love it.
huh?
I am on?
Bring some or what?
Am I going?
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm waiting for you to answer. Anyway, go on. Anyway, so
Answer what? What do you want to know?
You get them plums.
Yeah, I'll bring some choch. Any particular color, any particular make, style, red, purple.
The red ones with the red insides.
Yeah, bring
Yeah,
them nuts with you.
Put it in your mouth.
I was watching the highlights, briefly highlights of the last game, and we dominated that game, but we were just wayward with our kicking. Amal used to call it was a lot of long bombs. They were getting double and triple teamed in the forward line, and the smalls were nowhere. And now Sard and McGovern back, and I feel like this is the game where I think as fans, a lot of us did. I know we all did, and a lot of fans said, "Hey, had we had Sard, McGovern, a few of these numbers in,
Fogarty.
we would have won that game." And Fogarty now see, this is the opportunity now to silence, the critics to basically say, "Well, we've got these numbers back. We should win. I think we'll win by 20 points." I feel pretty good about this game. I also, Carl, had Blake Acres because I watched him play like a man possessed in that fourth quarter and on the replay as well. And that couple of minutes spurt with those 2 goals that he had, he made us all think, "Geez, we've got him here." And I think Charlie and Harry to kick 3 each. I'll say I'll be a bit conservative. And I think the big call again is who's Chincotta going to play on? But I think as opposition fans will be like, it's not about who he's playing on. Who's going to play on Chincotta now? I think it's starting to feel like. And just before we go to Andy, a big call out for it is Carlton Respects round. So carltonrespects.com.au is the site. It's for anyone who doesn't know, it's been 2016, 2017. It's about 8 years now. It's been around, and then last year, obviously it's for gender equality. So again, violence against women, of course, and it is a it's something that Carlton, which proudly, I think as fans we should be proud of this, is as a club last year, they started doing the Road to Respect, which is actually educating in the schools, because we all know the government's going to do jack shit, but just talk about it and say, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to. But our club is actually doing it. It's actually going out there, and it's had the program for 8 years now, but it's last year started to step it up. And I think they went to Coburg Primary, so they were in the hood this week. And it was actually nice to see the club do, put words into action. So
that was Walsh and McGovern that went out this year to the primary school, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I think one of the mothers of the kids called up into a radio show and was like, the Carlton footy players came down and the kid was giving like feedback to his mum, and he's like, basically they just taught us how not to be assholes.
and it's Andy raised it a couple of weeks. It was about 5 or 6 weeks ago as well. Such an important cause. It doesn't have to be just this week, but of course every week. I know you called it out. So proud to be, a supporter of a club who actually takes words into action to actually make a difference. So on your Blues, get around it. I think there's going to be the pre-game presentation show and whatnot at 7:15. So get around it.
They're going to light up the MCG orange.
Andy.
Good call out, Georgie. Well done. I think we win by 5 goals. I think we win quite comfortably. Geelong's good. It's just I'm just worried about Cameron. I've seen too much of him over the last 2 or 3 times, and he can literally be the difference. So if we can quell him, I think we'll be okay, and I think we'll win by 5. Best on ground, I'm just sticking with, old reliable Paddy Cripps. And I think Harry and Charlie will kick, I'll say 4 each. I reckon it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think we're content being in shootouts with teams, and I think that's what we did last time. We're happy to just let Geelong, have their shots on goal, and we were banking that we'd kick accurately. So if it's a similar game, then I think they'll kick 4 each. I'm hoping we kick straight. We've done touch wood. We've done okay the last couple of games. Yeah. So, and that's ultimately been the difference. Yeah. So, yeah, that's me.
Amal?
I'm nervous or anxious about this game just because obviously it's off the back of a bye. It's Geelong. There's an opportunity for us to get a bit of redemption off the back of round 5. But I think it's a completely different Carlton playing this time. Obviously, we've got some big ins. We didn't have McGovern and Sard last time. We do now. We've played around with some. We've moved around some magnets in Williams and Chincotta, and they've really solidified their new roles and positions in forward and as a tagger. So it'll be interesting to see how they play against this Geelong. But definitely an important game in setting us up for a top 4 tilt. Possibly even top 2. I don't know if Sydney's going to let go of first on the ladder, but as long as I think we can stay away from versing Sydney in the first round of finals, I think that's the aim. That's the ultimate goal, I think, for us for the remainder of the season. And with that being said, I think it will be tight for the first 2 quarters before maybe sort of third or fourth quarter we blow it away, but we get it done by about 4 or 5 goals, and it's going to come from a Charlie burst of about 3 to 4 goals. So I think he'll have 4 in the bag. He'll be the leading goal scorer. We'll win by about 4 or 5 goals, and best on ground will be feeling Acres as well, Moose.
Ooh,
I think he's due.
He'll need to kick an on the full first, and then he'll.
But I think it will be a little stressful at the start before we settle in. Just brushing off the cobwebs from the bye, and then it's all systems go for the second half of the season. I'm excited.
Cool.
Sounds
excited.
good.
Are you guys going to be wearing the hoodies tomorrow night?
Yes, I'm not getting out of it from now. sleeping in it, showering in it.
I will shower and get changed. So
No, I'm going to shower in it.
I'll probably change it.
Excellent. Well, I'm excited. It'll be good to see you boys again after a few weeks off. Good to be going back to MCG, to our reserved seats on level 2. I'm really, really excited to see Karen tomorrow night.
Can't wait.
Oh, completely forgot about it.
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes.
I'm going to take her
Yes,
some
she's
plums
With a fork in her mouth.
and a banana.
Surely it's too
Aiden.
cold for her. Surely.
Aiden mentioned this earlier, and I forgot to bring it up. But Aiden, you reckon that the violin girl who played at Melbourne Victory's games is playing at Carlton? Please confirm if that is the case. Have you guys
Yeah,
seen
Daniel
the violin
Gorringe
girl?
was trying to organise that, wasn't he? I think
Yeah, everyone was sharing it and
Yeah.
stuff a few weeks ago.
that'd be good.
So is it happening? Is it happening? Because that's going to be pretty epic. Pretty epic.
I just want to win, man.
I do.
I don't care. I don't care what kind of game it is, what color shirt we've got on. I just want to win. We need to keep winning.
It's on the
It's on their
socials.
socials. It's confirmed apparently.
It's confirmed.
Oh, really? There you go. Oh, nice touch.
Nice.
Oh, serenading Geelong before you pump them. Put one in the mouth. Can't wait.
Yeah, the boys.
Well
I just
played,
want to fucking beat these guys, man. I want to beat them. Their fans have a sense of entitlement. Like
Yeah.
there's like a, I don't know what it is.
I think it comes with winning premierships.
He's spot on. He took the words out of my mouth. It lit like they win. They're there for a reason. We understand that, and I want to just knock them off the perch a little bit, right? So everyone gets stuck into Macka in the comments after the win in the review.
Yes.
We'll give you guys an update on how long it takes Macka as well to send one of us a text.
He's already messaged me twice.
It's game over then.
I'm joking. He hasn't.
I'll wake up tomorrow morning. I'll just get a nice fuck Carlton. You know, that's what I wake up to on game day.
True story.
Anyway,
all right,
Up the
gents.
baggers.
It's been a pleasure. We will see you all tomorrow night. For those watching along, thank you for joining us tonight. And we will see you, if not at the game, then Monday night for the review. Until then, it is sayonara from the Monday Blues. Thanks, gents.
Sicky no.